Do intermediate lifters need periodization? Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. I got a question from Casey, and Casey wants to know about intermediate and advanced lifters, if they need to do periodization or if they can continue to try to push every set for as many reps as possible, as I advocate in my book, Massive Iron. I'm going to talk about that because this is a great question. Before I get into this topic, if you have a question, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So Casey has read my book, Massive Iron. He knows I use a rep goal system where I encourage most guys, the beginners and through intermediate lifters, to push every set for as many reps as possible. And it goes like this. You push every set for as many quality reps as possible. You stop that set either when your form starts to break down, because we don't want to do reps with sub-quality form, or when you feel like you might fail on the next rep. So we're just doing safe quality reps after safe quality progression. And by pushing each set for as many reps as possible, you're going to maximize the muscle building process, because the deeper into a set you get, the more muscle fibers you are recruiting. So Casey wants to know if an intermediate can continue with this or if they will need to periodize. You can't continue with this forever. I've been lifting for 31 years, and I don't do every set to the limit. A lot of this can be exercise dependent. Like some sets are easier to push to the limit and are less forgiving. I can't push squats to the limit with 500 pounds on my back. I can't push deadlifts to the limit with 600 pounds in my hand, because they're less forgiving. Just too many things can go wrong. The heavier a weight gets, a little variance in your form, subtle, under that stress can just lead to strains, pains, and injuries. So it can be lift dependent. I can do seated cable rows and lat pull downs and push them to, even if I get really strong at them, I can still push them to the limit for as many reps as possible. So we need to understand that every exercise is different. And that's one thing you guys need to learn as you progress as a lifter. Which exercises aren't forgiving and you need to kind of slow down as you get strong, and which exercises you can really take balls to the wall. Like for me on bench press, I can push to failure, and it's not going to really increase my risk of injury. That's just for me personally. A lot of times on the net, you'll see these arguments about training to failure. Should you train to failure? Shouldn't you train to failure? And the answer is always black or white. The answer is always black or white. Like every exercise is the same. And that is the logical flaw in these debates. Not every exercise is the same. Some are more forgiving, some are less forgiving. Some you can easily train to failure without issue. Some you can't, and there's a lot of them in the middle. So a lot of these exercises are going to be lifter dependent. So when you look at questions like, should a lifter train to failure, and you see these fanatics, these dogmatic freaks who will say, yes, you can, or no, you can't. They're not mature enough as a lifter to understand that every lift is different. And the same goes with periodization. You don't need to periodize every exercise as you become an intermediate. With that said, if you're lifting heavy weight over and over and over and over and over again as an intermediate lifter, it can take its toll physically on the body, especially if you're pushing every set for as many reps as possible. So you need to listen to your body. You need to understand when you're starting to pick up strains and pains that it might be time to rotate intensity. Maybe as a whole, from workout to workout, on all your lifts, or maybe just on specific lifts. Now, one of the ways you can do that as an intermediate is you could do things like you can incorporate nonlinear periodization, where you do really intense work, where you're pushing sets balls out on week one, and when you're doing, more volume work where the weight is a little bit lighter and you're not taking sets for as many reps as possible. So for example, you could do like bench press week 1, 3 sets of as many reps as possible with 80% of your 1 rep max. And then the next week you could drop down to maybe 72.5% of your 1 rep max and simply do 5 sets of 10 reps. And when you can reach 10 reps on all those sets and they felt manageable, you add weight. So it's a different form of periodization, but both are focused on progression. So the bottom line here is that when it comes to periodization as an intermediate lifter, you have to remember not every exercise is the same. You have to listen to your body, and you may need to periodize some lifts. You can't simply go intense, 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 intense for the rest of your life. The focus on pushing for as many reps as possible during your first couple years of training is you're going to get as big and strong as possible during those first 2 years. You're going to learn a lot about your body. And after that point, you're just going to be squeaking out pounds and ounces of muscle, and your progress is going to slow on strength. So at that point, you can really do whatever you want. But the key at that point is to listen to your body and to train healthy and to make adjustments in your training based on what you have learned. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.